here we go.
Here we go. Jerry fucked up the whole fucking morning here.
Oh, fuck.
He came in here, all right, with a shitty attitude.
Never.
You came in here, you got no fucking memory on the card. You know what I mean? I have to save you. That card I pulled out is from like 10 years ago, and I don't even know how the hell I have it.
I don't know either. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All right? We had a great conversation about fucking earthquake.
Yeah.
Now we got to redo it. Earthquake, how cool would that be at your level? It'd be really cool.
It would be. But no, so, coaching, right? So, Pop Warner football is kicked off this week. Tuesday, August 1st is the first day.
Is it Pee-wees? Sorry to interrupt. Is it Pee-wees or what do you call it?
6U.
6U.
So it is the
it was the Pee-wees or
it was the, what do they call them? Tiny Mites.
Okay,
Pee-wees.
Yeah, I didn't start till third grade. That was Pee-wees. So what grade is Jerry in?
He's going into first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the Mighty Mites.
I'm sorry, he's going into kindergarten. There's kindergartners and first graders here.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 4 and 5 year. I'm sorry, 5 and 6 year olds.
All right. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, Pop Warner kicked off Tuesday. Jerry's first year playing football. My first year coaching football.
No, don't cheat on what you said.
So
yeah,
I mean,
no stranger
I've coached,
to fucking coaching massive athletes.
I've been coaching, CrossFit for 10 years now.
Been coaching athletic moms every morning.
As far as conveying things to athletes, right?
Being comfortable going like, I can figure it out. I can take the salt and pepper garlic to any meat right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Now, you throw in a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds, it adds some little spice to it, right? It adds a little element. But it's fucking fun, man. And these boys, everybody warned me, like, well, you wait, there's going to be some kids that are going to be crying or this or that. And we haven't had any of that, man.
That's good.
First day, we had one kid cry because his cleats were hurting his feet. But he wasn't whiny crying. He was sucking it up crying. Yeah. You know what I mean? He didn't quit.
Dad didn't go in there and bend the new shoes. Gotta get in there. You gotta work them a little bit.
Brand new shoes, first day wearing them, and but that was it, man. But no, it's been great. And this week's just conditioning. There's nothing fancy. We're running these kids ragged for 2.5 hours, trying to get their conditioning up.
That's my son putting in a fake code right now, trying to get in.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
Had our first puker on Wednesday. Yeah. First kid threw up. And this was kind of funny because...
Wait, what did he puke up?
It was like yellowish.
What did he have?
I think it was chicken tenders. Yeah. So he... come to find out, he had spent all day at the aquarium with his cousins and shit. And, parents let him drink juice, eat junk food, ran him ragged all day long, and then had him come home, go to football practice in the heat.
So he's probably already exhausted.
Oh, God, yeah.
He hung out in the AC all day. Didn't even acclimate.
Dude, and...
non-athletic parents.
So we're running drills, right, in my little group. And you just tell on his face something wasn't right. I kept saying, you okay? You all right? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. And a couple minutes later, I could see, like, his eyes watered up real bad. I'm like, you okay? And he was holding his mouthpiece. And he said, yeah, I'm okay. I just spit up a little bit. And he had vomit all over his mouthpiece. All right, no big deal. I said, and his dad was over there. So, get cleaned up, come back if you're good to go. And he came back and he finished out practice. I would say another hour-ish, 45 minutes-ish of practice. We ended some of the fun with the kids, relay race, get a little competition going with them. And so now they're
keep talking. This dude out here, normally he punches it in there and just walks right in. Come on in, dude.
Uh-oh.
How many codes you punching in?
Uh-oh. Big Macon.
All right, you gotta be quiet now, all right?
Macon's gonna join us. So the kid comes back, and we're picking teams for this relay race.
Yeah.
And he starts peeling away from the group. And I was like, you okay? And he's like, no, my stomach hurts. And I hurry up, get to the sideline. We get him right to the sideline. There's the fence. All the parents are lined up. And it's like a 5-yard gap. And I undid his chin strap. I was behind him. Popped off his chin strap. And I started to lift off his helmet. And he just fucking projectile vomited. I'm talking like a fire hose. And I just sat there, held him there for a second, and he heaved like 5 good times, and it was fucking everywhere. And I said, all right, man, just tell me when you're done. And I think I'm done now.
That reminds me of my buddy Mike, man. We were older. We were already in midgets by then. But we ate I remember we ate a ton of Tombstone pizza and a bunch of chicken wings. Just horrible. Like, just knowing we're not being great.
Yeah.
And I just remember when we were doing our laps, that dude was just puking by the soccer nets.
Oh,
that's when you told me that story. I was like, I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it inevitably happens at every level.
Dude, when I was in college one time, I woke up in the morning starving. Such a bad mood. And I ate 2 pepperoni rolls. I was starving, and I was like, I'm going to regret this later. But I was such a fatty, I ate them. And dude, we did you had to do, so during the first day of camp, you have to do it was 12 300-yard dashes. Just,
dude,
like they do like the the bigs will go, and then and then everyone else would go, and it would just never stop. You get like a quick second, but yeah, the back then especially, 12 300-yard sprints.
That's gross.
It really cures the if you didn't run this summer.
Yeah.
What's happening at the Wright's house right now?
This is wild.
Hey,
we're feral today.
Yeah, come get your boys throwing stuff or trying to do a podcast here. The whole boys out here playing sports.
Easy killer.
You know what I mean? This kid cannot be trusted, dude.
Oh God, don't knock the camera over.
So, but yeah, I immediately after we get done, I was like, coach was talking, I was like, and everybody's like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go puke off the side of the hill real quick.
What is it with a kid and a ball? They don't do anything but throw it. They go as hard as they can every time.
Yeah. Sometimes you just like, I now whiz it as hard as possible at you.
They're the same thing. Like, dude, if you're gonna throw it like that, step back a minute. Yeah. Fuck, man.
Just let me know.
I know, seriously. See? Out here with fastballs.
Oh my God.
Good God.
You were supposed to get your Crocs and come right back in. Come on, let's go.
There you go. Take the ball.
Take the ball.
Take the ball.
All right.
Take a lap.
All right, let's go, babe.
Take a lap. Go on out here now.
I want to play golf.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Sorry.
Old mini right. Maniac mini right there.
Dude, he wakes up ready to rock.
Yeah.
He just he's got such a memory, man. Like, easy memory for him is if he says something the night before, he wakes up and is like, so we're doing that, right? I'm like, oh, he did remember.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll just be saying, yeah, because I'm trying to get him.
Yeah.
He'd be like, we ride the four-wheeler in the morning? I'm like, yeah, we'll ride the four-wheeler. And
Yeah.
he's like, getting up, I was like, we ride the
Okay,
four-wheeler,
ready
right?
to go.
It's like, damn. Yeah, but the other stuff he says, man, like, it'll be, but a lot of times when we're reading a book, like I told him, this week, I told him a week ago, and part of his book has it's a beach scene, and there's a dad floating out in the water, and I told him, I was like, oh, my dad used to float like that all the time, and the lifeguards had to bring him back in. I said it one time, and then like an entire week later, it's like, and we were reading the book, he's like, yeah, your dad used to do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Dude, they do pay attention, man.
They really, like,
Yeah.
on a freaky level, like, he'll say some things much later after the fact. I'm like, you remember that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy. Isn't it?
it's just wild.
Yeah.
So he catches me not reading certain parts he can't read, but he knows the words I'm supposed to be saying. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, you didn't say the part, like last night in Spider-Man, you didn't say like a car toy. I'm like, okay.
You ever do the move, like you skip pages?
Oh,
Like-
dude. Sometimes, man, the books, the last one is endless.
Yeah.
I do a minimum of 4 to 5 books. But I enjoy it anyway.
Yeah.
And some of the books, they take seconds to read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I really enjoy it. But yeah, there's some nights where like, dude, yeah, like, but he's getting smarter.
Yeah.
He knows if you skipped. So like, I can, sometimes it works, sometimes not so much.
You should try. He's getting about to that age because he remembers the books, like he basically memorizes them.
Yeah.
Say, read me the book. Have him go through the story.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And they said
I like
it's
that.
funny to hear them say it because they can't read.
Yeah.
They're just going off of memory.
Yeah.
And
we used to do that. We used to make up stories and stuff. Yeah, we on the way back home from Virginia, we have some inside jokes now that we do inside the house.
That's
and,
awesome.
And Cass is she's like, I'm trying to get some inside jokes. You know what I mean? He was funny as hell, dude. On the way back, on the way there, especially on the way back, he talked the entire time.
Really?
I never turned the radio on. No man held it down. We held conversations.
That's awesome.
Like we just legit were talking the entire time.
That's great. So, yeah, we got to go on a little family vacation together. Well, not complete family.
Yeah, we went to Virginia.
You and Macon.
Fuck coaching. Let's talk about the kids.
Yeah, man. So, you and Macon, me, Pam, the kids, Charlotte and Jerry, and Ryan and Ashley, and Everett.
And Everett.
And Ava.
And Jerry.
Yeah.
And your daughter.
Yep.
Don't forget about her.
Yeah, I said Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay attention.
No.
I like Charlotte.
She's a good kid.
She's groovy, dude. Like she was super chill. Her and Macon got along really well. I feel like
She likes
because
little kids.
Jerry and Everett are a little more rough, you know.
And the same age. They're
Yeah,
closer
because
age,
Jerry's
yeah.
bigger. Everett's
Yeah.
found Jerry, and Macon's a little smaller. So I think, and then obviously Charlotte doesn't really want to hang with them as much, you know, especially
Yeah.
once they're getting wild.
Yeah.
And she's looked at Macon, she's like, "You're pretty chill."
Yeah,
Well,
she likes little kids, man. She's really, really good with babies, little kids,
Yeah.
even younger than her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And it's
yeah,
cool
she's
seeing
good.
her like at that age, like how much she's like. I really appreciate like she's looking at me. I really appreciate you like as an adult, like just chilling with us.
Yeah.
We play in the river. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think she gets like you can teach kids like, yeah, man. Even at a big age, like you just what we're doing now is forever. You just
Yeah.
be cool in this moment.
Yeah.
Like no matter how old you get, I'm acting young. Like
Dude,
this is great.
We all, I think a lot of kids go through that stage of like, well, I'm too cool to float in the river
Yeah.
with the little kids. And I hope she doesn't do that, you know, because you're right. You could be that way forever. You could just fucking float in the river.
I taught you how to float under it.
Yeah, for sure. That was something different, you know what I mean?
That's how I get down.
But,
Next time we'll do it spiritually. You know what I mean?
oh gosh. So yeah, we'll get to that too. But no, you're right. It's nice watching her do those things and kind of be in it. And she loves being outdoors. She's not the killing things outdoor
Yeah.
stuff, right? As much as like Jerry and Everett and all that. And Macon wants to boom everything, right?
Does she want to shoot a bow?
I don't know. Like
Maybe
she'll
later.
go along with whatever.
Or maybe later.
And that's the thing. she will go along with
Yeah.
anything. If I say, hey, let's go do this, she'll go along with it.
Yeah.
And I think she does it more for me.
Yeah.
You know, but she enjoys out on the boat. She enjoys being out on the river. She enjoys Virginia. Both
Yeah.
our kids fucking love it there.
Yeah.
Which makes me happy because they're out doing nothing. They're out in the middle of nowhere. And you're just running wild for a couple days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just shirts off, shoes off, fucking.
I
it's awesome.
love going down there. I really enjoyed teaching Macon like things that you may be passing might be a really cool spot
Yeah, like that creek.
in the creek.
Mm-hmm.
Even for myself, I'm not going in there like, yeah, I know all of it. I know everything.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I've been staring at that for probably 5 years. I'm like, yo, I've been wanting to get in this water. It's a nice cold running creek.
Yeah.
I said, let's make a little spot here. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Because
Yeah.
I've hung out and bathed in those creeks like that. Like,
Right.
that's not unfamiliar to me.
Sure.
And then looking across at the bridge, and then getting underneath the bridge and learning, oh, shit, the bridge is kind of deep.
Yeah.
And it's cool and clear. You can see all the stone all the way to the sand.
Nice.
And then
Nice.
you can walk, it's kind of, oh, no, it feels like, it's like a little Venice under there.
Yeah, no, that is a pretty cool. And when you were in there, and I rode by, and everybody else hung back, I didn't know that, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we're still learning how to trail ride.
Huh?
We're still learning how to, pack ride.
Well, I didn't know.
You gotta check, dude.
I thought you and
Honestly,
Macon were having a
honestly,
moment.
too, some of those guys are the worst to ride with. Not because they're assholes, it's because they stop every 5 minutes.
No.
Like, no, you ain't done the big group one yet. Like,
Yeah.
there'll be like 45 fucking, and then we'll stop every like 5 minutes for a beer break. I'm like, all right, look, let's pick a good spot for a beer break for a while. These
No,
motherfuckers.
one long beer break
Yeah.
is better, But the middle of the night beer break on the trail with no lights,
Oh,
we couldn't see nothing. We were standing
you're welcome.
a foot.
Because it wasn't for me, you'd kept the lights on, and you would have took that moment to appreciate it. I said, go ahead and turn everything off.
It was
I've already
phenomenal.
conquered the fears of, because some of the spots in Thai are kind of creepy.
Yeah, no doubt.
But then you're like, what's going to get me,
Nothing's running up on a bunch of people.
No.
But dude, it was so dark. so cool. We hung there for a pretty good while.
Yeah. The kids loved it, man. Macon loves. I mean, all you gotta do is go down the river. It's the best babysitting, and it's like the best, like, I don't say babysitting, like, as far as they can just be themselves safely.
And not going to get bored.
And not going to get bored. And then I can actually take a time to chill while having a very great experience.
Yeah. No, I loved it. I loved that, the day. We did that in spring break. We packed everything down there for the day, did the same thing, lunch, cooked out, and all that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't super warm out, so nobody was really swimming. Like, the kids were getting in.
Yeah.
Charlotte, I think me and Charlotte was probably in there the most.
Yeah.
But it was cold. That water was real fucking cold. But it was nice this time, you know.
It's good. It's nice to know that I can take Macon by myself.
Yeah.
Get it done. You know, get in there and you know, the road trip. He's very aware of what we're doing, so it's very easy to get him excited, get him in the car, and he acts cool. And
same. Yeah, our kids were the same way, and it's not too long of a trip. You know, even with
the way
kids,
down was like, it seemed like nothing.
Yeah,
it really did.
That's nice. But no, I like that, and it's cool because you guys' parenting style, ours, Ryan and Ashley's, are similar enough where our kids can just go. The parents can still have a great time. The kids are doing their thing, you know. And we talked about this. Macon's not quite there to just let him go yet because he's still a little bit too young.
Oh, he's fearless.
Yeah.
Even when he's a little older, it might get worse.
Yeah, it might get worse.
Cat's fearless.
It probably will get worse before it gets better.
It's like, he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that right now.
No, yes, I know. I've seen him just run right into the river.
When he was like, he was there when he was like 1. He was like, I run into river now. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So, but it's nice because like boys are playing in the water. Charlotte's floating.
Macon caught his first fish all the way to himself.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I've hooked one Sunny before
and
then give it to him. But this one, you know, I was teaching him the bobber, and then he actually got it, set the hook, and then reeled it all in.
That's such a cool day.
I probably should have took a picture, but I just did a mental note.
Yeah, I didn't take enough pictures.
I rarely ever take pictures now.
Really?
Because I know all you knuckleheads will be out there.
You did say that. Is this why I don't ever take pictures? Because I know I'll just steal yours.
The pictures I saw, I was like, when did they take these? These are great pictures.
Yeah, just slide them in there.
I take a lot of mental notes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good soak-in spot because there's all the other shit too.
Yeah.
Of like when we went down to the river at night, you know, just us 4. It was phenomenal. I mean,
you mean underwater gliding?
Underwater gliding, yeah.
You didn't even know it was a thing.
So
guess who else didn't know it was a thing?
Oh,
me.
Yeah.
I was like, you just feel it.
How far out? We were in the middle. Would you say 60, 70 yards probably?
Yeah, maybe like 60 yards.
Yeah, in the middle of this river.
Yeah, that river has a good flow.
And it was a good speed, not dangerous.
It's enough to like, it makes it a little bit difficult. Like if you kind of slip up, you're definitely going down 3 feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even us walking, because by the time we stopped, we were a good clip down from where we started.
So to make it clear, we're doing underwater gliding, where we grab onto a rock. Luckily, I found one with like a little finger hole in it, and then you get down there and you got to the important is to fully extend to get flat, and then let it take you down, and then it'll kind of bring you up.
Yeah.
And then
you're just chilling.
You're just chilling underwater. You know, it's like you feel like a little fly, a little gliding. You know,
it's cool, and the fact that it was like midnight.
Yeah.
And we were out there sitting on rocks drinking beers, dude.
That
was.
I could do that 100 times in a row.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, no light pollution, dark.
That's so
you see all the stars, and really not a whole lot of real civilization for a long ways away.
No. Nope. We'll wait till we get to Thai. I'll show you how we do it there. At least how Big Daddy does it there. I got my moves.
We did stop at a river in Thai when we were down there, but Ryan was saying there's a bunch of spots, so
let's keep it moving.
All right.
How's little Jerry doing in football?
So far, so good, man. He gets fired up about it.
Proud daddy moments out there?
Yeah, for sure.
Oklahoma drill? I want to know.
It's coming. Probably in a couple weeks it's coming.
You guys doing it?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's going to turn boys into men real quick, you know. No, he's doing great at it, man. He's not
He's not a pussy.
No,
I mean, let's just get down to it. That's what you're like. Don't be a pussy.
I mean, I told him, and
Or do you want to have the gumption? You want to see your kid have yes, he's like trying hard and listening.
Yeah,
Being coachable.
He is being coachable, and in the drills, he's not half-assing it. He's going 100%. You know what I mean? He's paying attention because we're doing all these stations. No, I'm good, thank you. We're doing these stations. So I'm at one, so I can't see when he's at the other ones, right? I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I'll be able to, kind of sneak a look, whatever, and we're pulling sleds. They're doing, foot agility work and learning how to hold
I
the
saw you guys
football.
pulling sleds.
Yeah. So and I asked him, I said, how do you hold a football? And he's like, claw. He knows. Like,
5 points of contact.
fucking claw, other hand, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, all right.
Your
There you go.
hand, forearm, bicep,
Yep.
your chest,
Yep.
and then your hand.
Then over top of it, right? So we're teaching them kids this, and he's
Five points of contact, and then you slide across.
So his
That's how I was taught in college. You slide across.
yeah.
And then you high donut. You high when you go through the hole.
Yeah.
You high mount that thing.
So he's tiny. He's one of the smallest kids on the team, and even the pee wee football is big in his arms. You know what I mean? He has a hard
Is
time
it?
covering it. You know what I mean? But
What position is he playing?
so we're not just based off of what we see, right? With all the kids,
We
put together, right, where we think these, and this is based off of just 40 times relay race stuff, agility things that the coaches are putting their eyes on, linebacker and running back. So, which he's more fired up about tackling than he is running. He's like, I want to be a tackler. I want to run, or I want to tackle people, and that's cool. I said, well, look, you're going to be wherever best
Fucking
suits
fill
the
the
team.
hole, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, but no, he is doing really well with it. Now we'll see how it goes on. I hope that the honeymoon phase doesn't wear off too much. But right now, last night we came home. He slept with his football. He wanted to
Hell
a
yeah.
fucking teddy bear. He was
Hell
sleeping
yeah.
with his football, and
Hell
he
yeah.
said, "Can you put on?" He'll watch TV.
He said,
when he goes
remember
to
the
bed.
Titans right now.
He said, "Can you put on Smyrna Pop Warner football on TV for me?" So I found Smyrna Pop Warner football games on YouTube,
That's what I'm
and that's
talking
what he fucking fell asleep to, holding his football, watching Smyrna Pop Warner. Yeah,
He's in it.
So
He's in
I hope that stays. You know what I mean? I hope that does.
I hope
stay.
so too. For like I said when I was talking when we had the big podcast with the coaches, there's just no other sport that like where you get to go from boy to man real quick. It's just, hey, this is called Oklahoma drill.
Yeah. Oh,
You
God.
either are a pussy or you are not, because
Yeah.
it's going to happen right now.
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
And we might run it fucking 3 times. If we don't even like how you tackled, we might run this motherfucker 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Yep.
So you nut up or you shut up. It's so instant.
Yeah, and leading up to football season, say almost the entire summer, where as we're getting close, we had to do uniform fittings and all that jazz, right?
Yeah.
Leading up to August, and every time he was like starting to clam up a little bit, and he kept saying, "I'm scared," and I'm like, "No, you're not scared.
You say
you're nervous."
You're nervous, yeah.
And I try to tell him like it's okay to be nervous, but we're not going to be scared. It's not okay to be scared. And I think trying to explain to him that, right? And we had talked about that on the coaches podcast. But once we got the equipment, it changed. When we went through and he got shoulder pads and helmet and all that, and he took it home and he was wearing it, that stopped. And now he's like excited
He's like,
about it.
I got my fucking armor. I'm ready
Yeah.
to slay.
So that's what we're telling these boys, because a lot of them are nervous about hitting. You know what I mean? Some of them that have played, they're fired up, right? There's one kid, Connor. He's going to be a fucking monster. I mean, he is a monster. He wrestles with Jerry. He's a little bit older. This is his second year playing 6U. He's a big, stout kid. Fullback, linebacker. He's like just ready to hit somebody. Natural leader. He's always getting the boys together. You know what I mean? Circling them up or tell them to shut up, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen to coach, whatever. But some aren't. Some are a little more timid. So we're telling them, like, look, guys, make it fun. Like, we're warriors, right? You're going to go out here and we're going to be, who's ready to tackle? And then, of course, you can get them all fired up for that.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to, because we got this week's conditioning, hats only. Next week, full gear.
Yeah, you got to slow
but
down.
you're not contact.
Just uppers.
Yeah, so next week is just very light contact, probably like tackling wheel hitting pads, maybe some light touching stuff. Third week is full contact.
Get them used to biting down on their mouthpiece.
Oh yeah, that's the big thing. I mean, now we're punishing them. They don't have mouthpiece in.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have mouthpiece in. All right, everybody in the station, 5 push-ups.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's great at that age because it teaches them it's the little things that we care about.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's it.
And you're a team.
Yep. That's
They
it.
should
Like,
take care of you. That's your guy. That's not my problem. That's your guy. I'm not playing on the field for you guys. That's your dude.
That's it. That's why I told my station they were dicking around. You get 5 or 6 kids at a time, and a couple of the kids in the back were dicking around, and they're like hitting each other, whatever. And I was like, yo, one more fucking time. I didn't say fucking. One more time.
Why not?
Everybody is running a lap. And I didn't do anything. It doesn't matter. If your teammate messes up, all of you guys are getting punished for it. So don't do it again, or you're running a lap. And it's getting those little things.
I run a lot for a lot of stupid teammates.
Oh my gosh, it's the worst. The worst when you get punished because of a stupid teammate.
Oh, yeah.
But you'll clean it up, and then now I'm gonna hold you accountable too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, like, if I see you messing up, I'm like, fucking knock it off, Tom.
That's when you start having meetings like, yo, motherfucker.
Yeah, we all don't want to do that.
I get the camaraderie, you know what I mean, the hoorah for a couple of these, but it's like,
yeah,
now you're an asshole.
but
You get a couple fucking people that are just knuckleheads.
yeah, oh my gosh. But it also, the bigger picture is it teaches you your team.
Yeah.
We're a unit. We're doing these things together.
And it teaches them to respect your time.
Yeah,
It
there's
teaches,
all
it
the
teaches
little.
them, it teaches them to respect your time that you're giving them.
Yeah.
And to respect, a coach.
Yeah.
Because they're also learning how to respect a coach because you don't know what kind of backgrounds they come from.
No.
They could be telling their parents whatever. They might be in control of the fucking house. But
Yeah.
when they come on a football field,
Yep.
they learn, bitch,
Yeah.
you're either starting and being a dude because of how you acted, or you're getting the fucking minimum.
Mm-hmm.
You mean because you're gonna learn real quick. This ain't no fucking
Yeah.
participation. Like, this is real life.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some drills that are gonna call. You could sit back in the back, be a dude dicking off in the back,
Mhm.
and then I'll be the first one to call you up for Oklahoma drill
Yeah.
and make sure. And I'll tell this motherfucker,
Yeah.
how many
Oh,
coaches come up, rock that motherfucker
Dude.
right now. Like, let's go. Let's call this motherfucker out. Rock him right now. Let's
I'm
go.
thinking, right, you just bring that up, I'm thinking about, like, the anxiety, like, when you're, like, old enough to know what's really going on. And,
Like, nervous but excited. Like, I can't wait to get this
dude,
motherfucker
that,
out.
like, I would say 12 to, really 12 on up, 13 on up. Just that fucking nervous anxiety, that feeling, right, in your belly when you're going to do those things. Or back when, I think when you were a kid, too, when I was a kid, the bull in the ring.
Dude, we
one
played
guy's
that.
in the middle.
We played that in high school,
Yeah.
which is
But pretty
first
sure-
off,
pretty sure it's illegal
I'll go
back then.
even further.
Yeah.
Even further. We did crazy shit in college that I
Yeah.
can't believe we did.
Yeah.
It's like you thought you would have thought, because when my freshman year, I actually played outside backer, and you would have thought the guy was trying to kill his whole fucking team. Because
Yeah.
the first thing we did was he annihilated us. Conditioning, we didn't even fucking practice. The guy annihilated us, and like, I was like such good running shape. I'd go for runs after late night. I was so like endorphin high, But I'm 18. I don't like one thing you don't have is like you don't have like it's harder to keep on the mass. You don't have the solid like walking around mass. You don't have the shoulders. Like eventually you start running your shoulders, you start broadening.
Yeah, you don't have that mature muscle yet.
I went up a guy who's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you're in college, dude. Some of these cats come start late. Some are JUCOs. Like, some
Right.
dudes are fucking juiced up.
Yep.
And the first drill was ISO. ISO fucking drill. And the one linebacker, I remember him. He was 6'3", and he fucking got under my chin and lit me the fuck up. And I just remember, like, he rung my bell in the first hit of the drill, the first practice, like the full go practice.
Yeah.
I'm walking to the back, I'm like, what in the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It's only linebackers.
Yeah.
I'm only like maybe 5 people deep, and
Yeah.
I'm going back in this
You're going
motherfucker.
in.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And then one practice, we go in, and so it's fucking raining outside, so we go into ASR motherfucking C. Shout out to Foster. That's how we used to say it. There's one dude from deep West Virginia. And he just like one day somebody was yelling at him. He was like, the ARS motherfucking C. It was like that's our big indoor athletic building. And he lines up the pole vault mat, and then it's like shooting ducks. So we have to grab the ball and we just kind of trot by. And and then someone gets to absolutely annihilate you.
Just like a pursuit drill.
Dude, it was the best fucking drill. Horrible to get hit.
Yeah.
But when on the other side, you got a free fucking lick.
Yeah, it's somebody going half speed.
It was fucking insane. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Why I think the bull in the ring was outlawed. I think
Terrible drill.
Sometime
You know
when I
why?
was in like high
Because you do the
school.
ISO drill, we were 5 yards apart.
Yeah.
Bull in the ring, you might be 15,
10 yards.
10
or so,
yards.
yeah.
It's a big run to start. You're like, what?
And you don't know who's coming. I know about you. Like our coach would
It's-
walk
it's-
around the circle and just tap the hat.
Dude,
and then it was if he tapped my hat, I yelled, and it was
It's
that
so
guy
bad.
had So if you guys don't know,
It's a bad drill.
bull in the ring, everybody on the team's in a big giant circle. There's one schmuck in the middle, right?
Schmuck.
And he's just head on a swivel, chopping, whatever, in the ready position, athletic position. Coaches are walking around the outside, just pick a random player, tap him on his helmet. He yells, runs in the middle, and just hits the guy as hard as he can. The bull, the guy in the middle, is just responsible for shedding the block, not getting his ass handed to him. And it's fucking dangerous. It's stupid. A
It's
lot of
very
kids get
stupid.
hurt.
So going back to what you're going to do with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember my dad going, please do not lead with your head. We're getting ready to go, and he's like, do
Yeah.
not lead. And me and Barney went, whoa, whoa, boom. And just like, he's like, what did I tell you, son? He's like, you look like 2 fucking rams in there.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to get yourself hurt. So that's the biggest. So you guys teaching, how are you teaching the tackle now?
So we're going to go into.
I think we're still pop more. I'm taking this fucking phone down. I'm hyped up about the coach.
We're going to go into the tackling ring.
Okay.
Right, so like pads in the tackling ring, and we got some fun things like for linebackers learning how to read and how to shoot gaps and all that stuff.
Pursuit drill, man.
And then and then same thing. So
Don't
like, underestimate
underestimate kids' ability to pursue, because they fucking.
It-
Even at
well-
the high school level, I'm like, how do you not know how to?
Well, there's a
You always see the running back, and then it's just a bad pursuit. I'm like, how the fuck did you miss that?
yeah. Don't you know basic math? I mean, come on.
Fucking geometry on this motherfucker. But yeah, so biggest thing is, what are you telling the kids for their head now?
Well,
Where does it
we're,
go?
we're not even there yet, but
where will it be?
so it's going to be. And I had to tell in some drills
It's
yesterday.
no
like,
longer in the numbers, right?
I mean, it's shoulder.
I
mean,
think
hat
you're
front,
cheating. I think now they're trying to cheat. You're cheating like half. You're quartering the body.
I don't know if there's like a specific rule.
Oh, there
but-
is. Yeah, no, oh no, for sure, because when you start coaching, you go online, there's a national, like commission, say we have NRA or whatever.
Right.
Like they have that for football, like the way you should be teaching, like a new way of like keeping it safer for kids.
Yeah.
That's why in high school you don't see a lot of big hits. It's more like becoming a rugby style where you get the head around.
Yeah. I mean,
If you see a big hit in football, I swear to goodness now, and it's all clean, it'll get a fucking flag.
most of the time it is a flag. Yeah.
It's a flag, and you're like, dude, that was just a big. And kids get hyped about big hit. I'm like, bitch, that's when we played. That was a normal
That's
fucking.
every play.
Bitch,
I would
I
look
like-
for that. Just look for that.
Let me catch you not looking. I will
I mean-
fucking ear hole you in a second on my way to somebody.
Absolutely. I
I'm
would
like,
do that.
freebie.
Especially on like a kickoff where there's somebody just jogging half speed down the field.
When I played in college, you were still allowed. I think by my senior year, you were no longer allowed to have. What did you call them? Like we would do it. We did an X. And that was just the ear hole, because the guy on the hash has probably the best ear ever. Most times guys are trying to run to the hash, and we'd send out 2 X's to just fucking ear hole.
That's
the guy
it.
who's you let him loose.
Just get a
He
couple
go,
of
oh
eyes.
shit, I'm unblocked. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Boom,
Yeah.
and then I hit that. The hash is open up for a split second.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Which I don't think you're allowed to do that no more.
No?
I don't think. Yeah, I can't. I don't think you can send like. I forget what you would call it. And you can't do that. And you can't do the wall. We had
That's all we did. That's all we did.
a
back in
wall
the
breaker.
day.
You can no longer do. We had one kid that was like, dude, he was a knuckle dragger, and
Yeah.
he would run straight down the middle of the field. There's some kids that just like their head must be 3 inches thick,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just. I mean, you talk about a wall breaker. He legit would just. I mean, he was a fucking 10-pound bowling ball going to the pins and just knocked the whole fucking thing down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and he
awesome.
would never make a tackle. He just broke the fucking
Right.
thing. They'll let you know, like, okay, so a big dummy's running at us all
Yeah.
game. Like,
Dude, that's kickoff is. It's like the closest thing to like that old style Revolutionary War style fighting.
yes, it is.
Where you're just lined up.
Yeah.
And you're this far apart, and then on the whistle, everybody's going at each other,
Yeah.
and it's It's fucking scary.
I would just have to chill and kick off, or either I was doing the kicking a lot of times, but also I was on the ends because I was so fast. I was like, the coach most times like, you're on the end, containment, or please. Yeah. I'd either get containment, and then I would start a safety pursuit as like, I can get this motherfucker. If y'all fuck up, I'll catch him down here with a long pursuit.
And there's so much going on that people don't like really think about. It's like, one, your head has got to be on a fucking swivel the whole time, because there's 11 guys that are potentially going to annihilate you, and they're all around you, and everybody's running full speed.
And the same thing you can teach, one of the things I teach the ends, and the same thing you can teach on kickoff. If no one's blocking you, it's not for free.
No, it's not.
It's not for free, brother. If you go and touch, like, oh shit, like, get ready, because somebody's about to fucking sneak you.
And
there's a pulling guard about to rock your shit.
So your head's got to be on a swivel. Everybody's running 100%, right? Everybody's either trying to tackle someone or block someone, right? And it's fucking mayhem for 7 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I think it's one of the most underrated, like, unspoken of pieces of the football game.
Yeah,
like,
it's sad to see, like, it keeps getting bumped down, especially NFL's like, they shouldn't even do it. Why the fuck do you even have it?
Yeah, NFL is fucking terrible, man. Like, nobody runs on kickoff anymore.
So, to go back 20 minutes ago, so you're going to get the kids doing tackle drill and then teach them safety of hitting.
Yeah, I mean, my thing's just basic. You don't lead with your head, lead with your shoulder. Your head's always in front. That's it. Like, we can fucking expect this 5 and 6 year old to get real fancy with, right? I had to tell a couple kids yesterday because we were hitting some bags and they get fired up and they're just like, they're ramming their head into the bag. I'm like, no.
Are the kids holding the bag yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
You got to teach kids how to hold a bag.
On how to absorb hits and all that shit.
It's a real thing. If you put your arm through those things and then jack up your shoulder, because that happened to our fullback.
Yeah.
Chairman, fucking, I think Mike Bear hit him.
Really?
On a fucking, and then blew his shoulder out.
Oh.
And that's when we started learning, like, you can't, the way designed to hold the bag. Now you hold the bag with 2 hands instead of doing the old school.
The shield, that's what we did too. Yep, same exact thing.
People blowing out their shoulders that way.
No shit. Yeah, but like, it's like, for me, and I've had this discussion with the coaches, we're talking about how we're going to progress certain things. It's like, just keep it stupid simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, because it's just, one is like, keep the kids safe. 2, I want them to go to the end of the season and love football still. I don't want them to be like, this.
That is not to say what your job is, but that is your job at a lower level.
Yeah,
it's not to.
That's
it's
it.
Not, is to create the love of the game.
That's it. I don't care.
You got to nourish what they're trying to, they like right now.
I don't care if we've got these studs on the team. None of that matters.
Yeah.
It's just have fucking fun for the next 3 months. And when you're at the end of the year, I want you to already be excited for next football season.
What you're saying is Earthquake could be the cookie that you could hold. Like, look, if you guys do all these things right, we could do Earthquake. You show them the high school doing it.
That's it.
Because by week 4, you can start. Maybe they bring them to a high school game and they say, look, that's Earthquake. Like, you guys could do this.
So we have 4 plays right now.
Yeah, what do you guys run?
Dive right, dive left, sweep right, sweep left. That's it. Right? So
going with the old sweep.
Super simple. I mean, let's be honest, they're all going to bump to the outside anyway. It's every play is going to be a sweep. Right?
Look, I mean, unfortunately, at that level, it's like,
but
toss, hurry and race to the outside.
But like a dive, if we can get linemen,
that's great for the lineman.
This is your hole, right? This is the gap.
That's your assignment.
And you're on dive right. This is what you do. This is what you do.
Yeah.
Because a sweep is easy. The whole line's going to do the same fucking thing, basically.
Are you throwing it all?
Not yet. We will. Because I think we got some guys that can throw.
Okay.
So we're starting with those plays, right? And what I imagine is, as we go through to the first game especially, it's just going to be those 4 plays. Because we only have 4 weeks and then a game. That's it. 4 fucking weeks and then we're playing. Yeah. So, and 2 of the weeks are not hitting. So we have 2 weeks of live practice.
Yeah.
So it's going to take 2 weeks to get those down good.
Yeah.
And then add another layer, and then add another layer.
Yeah.
And then
we can't give it to them all at once.
If we could dangle that cookie of like, dude, you know where the big boys run that Earthquake and everybody gets fired up about it? Like, we can do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm thinking, like I said, I'm thinking way deep. One of the last 2 games maybe.
And you guys are on the field with them at this level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 coaches. So you have 2 offensive coaches, 2 defensive coaches.
Okay.
And so you're going to be on.
And you get like stoppages, like, oh shit, hold on, they're not lined up right. Let me get it all like.
Yeah, they give you extra time, but there's refs there.
Yeah.
They do.
Busy over there. Busy over there, guy.
They do throw flags.
Yeah.
Like the refs might give a little warning, but like there'll be false start flags. There'll be holding. and all that stuff. So, even now in the drills, like I have the kids like blocking me and all that, and they're fucking pulling my shirt.
Get them kids. Well, you're not doing the defense.
I am.
Oh, you are doing it.
Get
Get that ball out there. A simple thing for that level, man. It's just get them all lined up.
Oh, we got it. The stick with the ball on the end of it.
Let them, don't fucking look at the ball, motherfucker.
And we're even starting already with like sprints. Downset hut on sprints, or the whistle.
What's your cadence?
Downset hut.
Downset hut.
Yeah,
okay.
it's super basic. But
are you doing under center?
Yeah.
Okay.
But nobody can hit the center. There's no nose guard.
Yeah, not
and
yet.
the D line can't hit the center.
Yeah.
So, we were always told most important part of the game is center quarterback exchange, right? So like that's an important thing for these kids to learn, especially.
Like you say, you don't want to fuck it. They ain't ready. You can't introduce everything yet.
No. So it's the basic football fundamentals.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
cool.
still live. It's still fun. I'm fired up about it, man. And I was telling you on the phone the other day.
I've paid no attention to the time too. By the way,
That's
I have
all
no
right.
time what time it started.
I've been out of playing organized football for a long time. I played the few years of semi-pro in my early 30s.
Don't fucking church up the fucking
No,
fire league.
I'm going
dude,
somewhere
all right,
with it.
don't fucking
So-
out here
so-
churching it up. All right.
But when you're immersed in it, in the practice, in the games, and the lingo, and all the things, right? It's second nature. You don't have to think about it. But then you get out of it, and you're not thinking about that every day. You're not practicing every day, so you kind of shit just goes away. But then as soon as you get back in it, it just fucking comes right back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I remember these things. I
know
know
that happens every year.
Yeah, it's wild. And more so for me because I've been so removed from it for so long. The mechanics of a football game and practice, and that it's come back so quick, and I'm getting so fired up about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the greatest fucking sport on the planet. Just this right here. These look the kids, right? It's the best thing ever. And to watch them learn these things and
I don't spend a lot of time, like, those coaches are all great. I let those guys rock on theory and play direction, all that. Like, I let them handle all that. For myself, my best knowledge really is trying to teach the DNs the best moves at, like, pretty much in tennis, like shot selection.
Mm-hmm.
Like here, like you have your swim, you have your rips, you have your push pull,
Mm-hmm.
you have like a push pull with the rip.
Mm-hmm.
You have your head fakes. Like you have several moves, knowing when to spin. I try to teach these guys, and then like once I get that down, I try to teach them like a nice one that I like is how to direct a quarterback into your position. So, a quarterback can be smarter than you think. Like they sometimes do actually see you coming, and you want to beeline for them.
No.
And it's a hard at the end. It's hard sometimes because you get enough speed now you can't change direction as much.
Yeah.
So I try to teach those guys at one point. Once that quarterback kind of recognizes you, you can use muscle memory against them and give them a fake, like a head fake. Because naturally,
Get 'em off the
just
foot.
give them like, and they're like, oh, but you already know you've given them a fake. But what you're really doing is you're planting to come back
Yeah.
to, because you know that they're gonna. They don't even know they're doing. You give them a head fake, they're like, oh shit, fuck, you got me.
Yeah.
I do that, and I teach them how to read their opponents. Making them understand, like, dude, you're not going to go in there and then like take these moves and just apply it to everything.
No.
Just you have to figure out the guy in front of you because everybody's
It
different.
takes a couple plays. It takes a series or two.
You have to. Most important, dude. Just like in tennis, I teach you have to learn who you're playing first. You can't just go out there and willy nilly these moves.
No.
You have to learn who your opponent is. You need to find their weakness right away, and then you need to start. Then once you do that, then you can apply false sets of securities.
Right.
Like if you know you can outstrength this guy, then maybe I'll suck him in a little bit to make the running back think he's got me. I'm really just waiting. I'm patiently.
Right.
I'm moving a little bit outside. I'm patiently waiting. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
say you bitch.
And that's sophisticated.
I'll teach an advanced class at my spot, and I'll let everybody else do like the
So that's just the same exact position in a 6U level. It's just like a D entering. Fucking contain, and stay the fuck home.
Are they
That's it.
are they in a 3-point stance, or are you
2
doing?
point.
That's the best.
Yeah.
I wish that we did that at the high school level, and I did ask Wagner, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I'd be fine with it." It's like, because at the DN, you really do need to, since you're containing the outside. I think it's so important to be able to look over. Because when you're on the ground, it's tough. But like
when
when
I
you're a
played
tackle or
DN, I would
guard,
never
yeah,
get
you
on
would,
3-point
yeah,
stance.
you would. You don't need you got left or right. At the end, it's like
Yeah.
you either have most left or you have most right.
Yeah.
And then maybe you get a stunt, you get to go inside. For the
Yeah.
most time, you're containment.
And you got to read.
You're a level-headed, patient guy because you have to do your job to force the play to go where it's supposed to, and then also running back shifty. You still have to be ready for the outside containment.
And that's the big thing for like little kids with outside linebackers and DNs is the containment and to stay home, know your job.
The patience,
Just because you see the ball go over there, don't just fucking run over there.
Yeah.
You better stay here because next thing you know, that thing's a reverse or someone else is coming back. They just loop back around to Green Acres.
If they say if you're a DN and a tackle, and like say on the left side, and you're just you guys are folding down quickly.
Yeah.
That quarterback, that running back, like, okay, I'm gonna fucking bounce outside real fast here in a second.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's all we're going to teach at that level.
Yeah.
I don't care what you got to do. You're
Staying home is very important.
Yeah, staying home is
When
huge.
you see the DN not staying home, it fucks up stuff really quickly.
And at the higher levels, high school and shit, it happens too. The DN gets all crazy and wants to go, shoot real shallow.
You want to make the like you have a balance of wanting to make the tackle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
you do,
no one's really
for
going to
sure.
blame the tackle.
And then guess what? That other coach is going on the offense is going to go, all right, this fucking DN is fucking up every play.
They're gonna. I would think as offense, you would figure out what DN is not doing well in containment because they figure it out and then they start running to that side.
And then you get to that side, you got minimum 5 yards every play. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stick a foot in the ground, go up. You know what I mean? Go north.
I don't know. I love it though. It's I'm excited about it.
I have I don't know how much I got to talk to Judy. I don't know how much coach. I got one more. I still have. I don't know how those guys do it. I mean, you want to talk about sacrificing? Like I have 2 small kids. I'm not even a full-time coach, really. I mean,
Right.
I do my part of coaching, and a lot of times I have to leave because I might have to go get estimates or something like that. So a lot of times I get in with the DNs, or and then I got to get the fuck out.
And they're fine with
But
that.
yeah. I mean, I don't need to have my 2 cents in the fucking, once it's team. I don't. What am I doing team?
Are you starting next week? Are you going to practice Monday?
So I have to figure that schedule out.
Yeah.
Because I have a conflict of interest. So I wanted to, since I'm a tennis coach too, I'm the head coach. I this past year I talked to Judy. I let him know like where I'm at because also I have a lot of knowledge on special teams and also like
That's where you started, right? The special teams coach, right?
Yeah, that's where I started. And but we don't really focus a lot on it, so I don't have a lot to do there anymore. And I work with the kicker so that like we don't at least fuck up the fundamental of how to kick and where to kick, and I teach them where to kick to shrink down the field to make these knuckleheads where we're not spending much time on it, at least a lower percentage of a big break.
Right.
And then punt too, like if I can try to at least give, because a lot of times with the quarterback or the running back, like
just offense.
a lot of people don't just fucking kick it. Like, dude, you can't just kick it, and also like you need to know how to kick it or like where to kick it, because sometimes they were like kicking in the fucking up the fucking lineman's ass, like you're too far up, like you know what I mean. So a lot of little things like that, but I have a whole class of seniors this upcoming year in tennis. I have nobody after that. I had 2 freshmen come out.
So
That's it.
You got to recruit.
Oh, I got to go hard.
Yeah.
So Judy told me to start tackling the middle school. So I got to spend some time like that, and actually give tennis. Like I told you, I said let's see how far we can take it. Like let me fully commit to it, and then that way I'll maybe just do the games, and I'll come out for like that 30 minutes, help with the DM, help with like what selections would be, AK's shot selection. And then give my 2 cents in there, and it helps, especially, and then roll the fuck out, because I don't need help on team. Right. I don't need all the little things. I'm not needed there.
Right.
You do the pre-drilling, do the little things, and then they go on the team, and I've already spoken a ton.
Yeah.
It's on them now. Try to
you guys. So Monday
But it
football
starts,
starts,
yeah.
but is it just workouts, conditioning? Is it
First day is like look. The first day is getting pads and all that and everything, and then learning how to. Then you got to go through the basics, like how you run a practice.
Right.
So how do you line up? how do you stretch? We come out like this, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Let the leaders get involved and start,
Yeah.
fucking herding.
It's so wild because it's the same thing at a 6U level. It's like we talked about that the first time.
Yeah.
Here's our veterans. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then so we helped them along day 1, day 2. They did it on their own, and we cleaned up a little bit. Yesterday it was like circle up on so and so.
Yeah.
And then they just did it. It's already day 3.
Yeah.
5 and 6 year olds. And so it's like, and I like that. I like having this conversation where like you talking about the big boys, right? High school level, and then the little tiny kids. They're doing the same thing, teaching them that same thing, that all those reps.
Yeah, you have to learn how to practice. Just like even when I do it in test, like, they have to learn how we practice. It's like they're walking out like, okay, so what do we do?
Yeah.
So they don't know. So at least they have a muscle memory of where to go, what to do, how to line up. You're drilling them into submission, so like they learn how to be coached.
Yeah.
They learn how to fall in line. They learn how to take orders.
Yeah. No.
And it starts with the little things, the little repetitions. You know what I mean? You're pretty much a drill sergeant.
Well, and it applies to the game because there's a cadence to a game, and everybody has a job. You know what I mean? So it all applies to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And the kids don't know it yet. They just think you're being dickheads. Why can't I sit down when I'm waiting in line? Like, 'cause you don't fucking do that.
Are you guys big on like not taking your helmets off and stuff like that?
You don't take your helmets off.
Yeah.
Don't take.
Especially during camp. Like, dude, if you just keep taking that thing off during camp, your head will never get used to it.
So the rule in Pop Warner is even in the games, the kids can't take their helmets
That's
off.
anywhere now.
On the sideline, hats have to be on.
Yeah.
That
might be. I think that might be for us too. Like
on the sideline.
I would think so because most of our helmets are on. I think they're big on everything, and especially with Smyrna, the refs fucking hate us, so they'll do anything.
So the Pop Warner, obviously, there's a lot of subbing, like a whole bunch. I mean, you're cycling kids, so they have to be ready. And if a 5 or 6 year old doesn't have their hat on, and you say, Jerry, get in here, and they say, where's my helmet? I can't find it. You know what I mean?
That's the most annoying shit. And the other reason I want to make sure I'm out on Friday nights is at least to help Judy, because I can help Judy at least when I run out and get the special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Count. Okay, we got everybody. Great. Like if he walks up like he's doing something, he knows I got it a little bit. I'm like, yeah, we got everybody.
Yeah, good.
But then you're like, and one problem is I have to count because I don't know all the kids' names. I don't see them in the hallways. You know what I mean? So eventually it's like, where the fuck is like, and then and like it might be like a whole minute. Like you're like, what the fuck were you doing? How the fuck do you forget you're on kickoff?
Yeah.
You got like one job. You don't even start. You think you'd be back there like can't fucking wait for kickoff. Like,
yeah, I know. I remember as a kid, the coaches harping on. They weren't. You didn't have to keep your helmet on at the time, but it's like even in practice. All year, it's like, you better know where your fucking helmet is.
Yeah.
Do not walk away from it. If you have it off, it's in your hand or it's sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
Because of that reason right there.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that stuck with me is like, you always have your helmet with you. You know where it's at. It's close by.
Yeah.
And like trying to tell these kids this, like, don't put your helmet down and go run away. Take it with you. If you're not going to have it on because we're not practicing yet, that's fine. But it better be in your hand.
It applies to a lot of different sports. You bring your shit with you. Like when you're a lifeguard, you don't get caught walking on the beach. You run anywhere you go, and you better have your fucking can. You don't have your can, dude. Someone catches you. You're running gauntlets on lunch.
I can't even imagine. Because what are you going to do if shit goes down if you don't have that,
bro?
You know what I mean?
All right. So look, this one time, this is Dewey, obviously. So I'm at night. You know what I mean? Like we're out. Mm-hmm. We're out, brother. You know what I mean? It's somewhere good nights.
Yeah.
And dude, I was wrecked. I showed up to work. And I mean, fucking 50%. Everybody's like, I got sunglasses on. You know what I mean? I think I told you that story. Like, fucking Cap came in one time. Was like, there ain't a fucking window in this place. Where we like, there ain't a fucking window in this place. And y'all got your fucking sunglasses on. I can't do my paperwork. It smells like fucking alcohol in here. He's like, everybody on the fucking beach right now. Go in, swim out, take a mouthful of water. I'll be on the beach. You come back and you spit it at my feet. I'm like. Okay.
God damn it.
Yeah, dude, like, because everybody's bombed, but getting in the water helps. And so anyway, I get to my fucking, I pull my fucking stand out, right, and I build my buoy mount. I'm like, I don't have my fucking can.
Oh,
I'm like, God. Oh my God. I'm like, this is
dangerous. About to get in trouble.
So there's usually, especially when you're a rook, for the first month, the lieutenant will come by and ask you questions. You need to learn the streets, so he'll ask you all the streets. You need to say them in order, Open up your hand. He'll go come by, open up your handbook, and you have to learn your handbook. You have to learn a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You need to learn your 10 code. You need to learn how to talk on the radio. Like, you learn a lot of stuff. And but yeah, I forgot my can one day, and I was like, oh, I am not radioing down, because if I radio down, there's no like, oh, okay, we got you, we'll bring it down. Like, oh, you forgot your can? Why don't you just go home? Like that's how Cat plays. Like, that's cool, man. It'll just be like, shh. Yeah, go ahead and send him on down to headquarters. Like, oh, I'm going home today. That's all that is. So, Tom comes up and he's like, you good, man? You got everything? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good, man. I got everything. I'm like, he's talking to me. I was like, yeah. And he takes off. I'm like, I have a buoy mount with no fucking can on it. And I'm just looking out in the water. I'm extra stretched with my whistle, dude, keeping there. I'm like, because I gotta wait till lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until I get relieved.
Yeah.
And the guy get relief for, and luckily he brings out his can. Like, don't you have a can? I'm like, They're like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, I know. One time I forgot my radio, and that was like, hey, I forgot my radio. I had someone come bring down theirs, and they're like, all right, just tell them to come down to headquarters. I'm like, I'm going home.
Damn it.
I had one of my old books, and I wrote down like every day I lifeguarded, who I sat with, if I did rec, and there's a couple in there like got sent home.
Yes.
It's so awesome. It's like so fucking military, dude.
That's
like,
phenomenal.
Get sent to headquarters. I'm like, I'm going.
So we're about there. I mean, we kind of like went way off of script, right?
Yeah, I had a bunch of questions, but I was so fired up about the football.
I mean, it's the time of year.
That's it, baby.
It's August, football season's here now.
This is fucking dude time.
Yeah, and I mean, like, all the boys are getting after it.
I might run through that door. You know,
dude, that's another thing, like, and it's always made me happy, even before I had kids.
Used to smell like grass.
Dude, ride down Duck Creek Road, and you would see all the cars lined up, and the boys are out there in August, and it always made me so fucking happy. And I mean, we've been there for the past 3 years with Charlotte, but now we have, that's a whole other challenge. I mean, Pam is trying to bounce back and forth to watch Charlotte, to watch the boys, and the girls are strict too. Anymore, they don't let the parents near the girls. So
I'm sure, because there's crazy ass moms, I'm sure.
And believe it or not, they don't want you to take videos of the girls' routines,
obviously,
and post it because they're big in competitions. So they say, look, don't take videos of the girls, don't post them on social media.
It's kind of weird when you film
it. I mean, you're proud of your daughter. I get it, but like they're like we're not. So now they just move them away.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Pam will go. She'll sit half of practice over for Charlotte, then she'll come back and sit half of practice and watch little Jerry. But yeah, it's so awesome to be out there because that whole municipal park's taken up. You know how it is. They're at CIS too. They got like 3 teams over there that are practicing.
So the sign-ups now, like, is this still crazy? When I was a kid at Pop Warner's,
February,
people would camp out. It was first come, first serve.
Yeah.
So there's one day you get your fucking name on the list, and dude, it was like, hey, we have 100. Sorry.
Yeah, Smyrna's like that. I mean, everybody is signed up. I think by like March, you're in it. Your football signups are done. And if Smyrna fills up so quick,
I missed a year because of that.
Really?
I wasn't cool enough yet. It was like
I think there's a lot of people.
My second year where I wasn't like a known person.
Yeah.
I mean, we just moved to town, and we missed it because we didn't understand that. And it was my second year, and I had to go play soccer.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's Smyrna School District Day. That's when the signups are.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, remember in that's when Jerry signed up. So that's the beginning of February.
I remember just wanting to leave because there was a lot of people.
Yeah, that was the beginning of
You know how many people came up to me that I went to school with?
Yeah.
And Candace was like, you don't even know who that person was. I was like, I don't even know their name. No. I remember one dude came up right away. I was like, Tom, man, how you been? Like, talking to me. I'm like, that's great. And I could see Candace like, you don't know who this fucking guy is.
That happens to me too. Yeah. But no, yeah. So that's definitely a big thing. But we've heard about other guys in our conference because even the Pop One Handle Open Conference.
Yeah.
Where Dover had to reopen their registration like last month because they didn't have enough kids. So it took so long for our schedule to come out because there was a couple teams in the conference that were still trying to fill rosters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not around here.
Sucks.
No. They ain't no
Nah.
problem around this one. This town is a sports town.
Cape's like that too.
There's a couple towns suffering, and when we go to play them, it's suffering. You can tell.
Yeah.
I see it in other sports too. Like
No, I mean Cape's one of the heavy ones. Like
they got a lot?
they're yeah.
they
Yeah,
just,
and,
I was just gonna say they kind of like football wise fell off. They just fucking. You go out there, you're like, damn, this looks like they look like a Pop Warner team.
Really?
Yeah.
They're one of the better Pop Warner squads. Like,
Everything everybody's
a
like,
little
dude,
bit.
fucking relax out here, bro.
Yeah, but anyway,
Well, real quick before we end, how do you guys deliver in their plays now? Is the quarterback still running off each play, or you're out there with them? So you're
we're
so
in
you
the
get
huddle.
the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the entire game
Are
at this
you-
level, you're there. You're on the field with them.
okay.
Just two coaches. So yeah, that's what you're doing. But
Are you holding up charts of your lineman position? Or, you know, like are you doing your X's and O's out there, like showing like, hey, so you remember where you're going on this play?
we haven't got there yet, but yeah,
It's probably just a good idea. I just mentioned
the very first thing that we put together, X's and O's, is positions, right? Depth charts on positions.
Yeah.
And like, this is who we think is going to play, subject to change.
Yeah.
This is who we think is going to play where, based on what we see now.
Yeah.
Because we have to start piecing that together over the next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you go live, you're putting these kids there.
You do have to do that quickly. Even in tennis, I have to do that quickly. I have to hurry up, and so in tennis, you do challenges. Everybody has to challenge each other first. Kind of like wrestling. Like you want number one? Okay, you have to play number one. You have
Yeah.
to beat him.
Yeah.
And you only get in tennis. I can only do it one time.
Yeah.
Might be able to do a re-challenge, but like for the most part, like you either have practice all summer and fall. Like you better be on your shit.
Right.
And then I have to hurry up and do. Hurry to get the doubles together. That way they start creating chemistry together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to get your team together because just like those linemen, they got to start. Everybody has to start trusting each other.
Oh yeah. All of it. I mean, the fucking the lineman to the quarterback, the center to the quarterback.
But I will tell you, between 12 milligrams of nicotine and this coffee, boy,
It's fired up.
It's going to get fired up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
All right.
coming.
Well, let's wrap it up. It's August. We're excited about football.
I'm just improving the office. You know what I
Dewey
mean?
poster. That's phenomenal. I love that.
I put I got the spams. You can see the old. There's the old high school. That was one that made the paper. That's like we were undefeated. No big deal. Who gives a shit?
Badass.
Just
Look at all those badasses.
Just badass, being badasses.
Man,
Just a couple
just
dudes out
fucking
there.
dudes.
Don't fucking disrespect that. All right? Touch it right now. All right?
All right. Next week, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.